Eggs clue. Hogwarts Quidditch Stadium. Oh, he's so awesome. He's amazing on a broomstick, no wonder he's the best Quidditch seeker there is. I wish I could ride it with him. Harry about rolled his eyes as he overheard Victor's fangirls staring dreamily at his flying around the pitch. Victor had volunteered to share some tips with the school teams, and he asked some of their classmates to help. They'd been hard at practice since that morning, and it was already early afternoon. It's a shame he's gay though, but he's still so handsome. Harry was just a few seats away from the group, 5 girls at least, but none he knew since they were 6th years from Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. We could remedy that, A little time alone together with one of us could turn him round. He turned and saw the girl was a black-haired Ravenclaw with piercing dark eyes. You don't just turn gay, Susie. Besides, he's with Potter or Preight, whichever name he has now. We don't stand a chance. Nonsense. We can make him see. Make him see what exactly? Harry stood and the girls spotted him. I'd quit wasting your breath. Victor wouldn't be smitten with someone like you. The girl glared at him. And how do you know Potter? Don't you know his fan base is mostly girls? Why would he stick with you when he could have someone more alluring? Her tone went seductive. Again a waste of time. Do you know how many other girls throw themselves at Victor? He laughed. Do you realize that they were all rejected because he loves me? He pointed at his chest. Loves? One of the other girls whispered in awe. Yeah, loves. Victor goes for love, not for cheap romance. Or in your case, cheap sluts. The girl snarled at him. Seriously though, I've seen carnival clowns with less makeup and more sense. That did it. The only slut around here is you. She raised her hand to hit him, but someone caught her arm. And I thought British girls had more class than this. Harry recognized the voice. It was Jean. The blonde was right behind Susie and he had her arm in a tight grip. Who are you? Susie wrenched her arm free and backed away, but kept her glare on. Jean, a classmate of Harrison's and Victor's. I have to say, while you are a beauty, it's only skin deep. Susie's face flushed in anger. After what I just witnessed, Victor wouldn't give you the time of the day. How dare you? She went for her wand, but the others stopped her. Susie, no. She was trying to break free, but with her friends behind her it was useless. Is everything all right here? All girls whipped their heads around to see Victor standing behind them. He was a bit roughed up from the pitch, but all right. It's fine, Victor, just this one slag that can't get the idea that you love me and not her. Oh really? Victor smirked and made his way over to Harry, and then pulled him in for a deep kiss. Some of the girls gasped at the scene, but one snarl was heard. MMMM. Harry moaned and Victor pulled back. Does that convince you? He asked Susie, but didn't look at her. You. She was so angry she couldn't say anything else and just stormed away with the others trailing behind her. Jean. Do you need something? Victor stared the blonde down. I was walking by when I saw those girls near Preight. One of them almost hit him. So you stepped in? Jean nodded. I mean no ill will, if anything I came to apologize. Harry raised an eyebrow. I've been a complete git and dunce to you both, and I'm sorry. I guess my whole crush on Victor was more based on just that, a crush. You sorry? He nodded again. I am, as it turns out I have plenty of time to find the one. My mother is disappointed, but then again she's been that way since I could talk. I'll be out of her way soon enough. Harry could see he was telling the truth. He'd seen how Jean's mother could be, but he didn't know her well. What do you mean? Victor asked. I have an uncle who lives in Switzerland, with his wife and my 2 younger cousins. I can get an apprenticeship with him. He's a charms master and potioneer. I can create my own business one day, or I've thought of it at least. So Jean planned on moving after graduation. You would do well, those are your two best subjects. Victor put an arm around Harry. Yeah, now you two take care of each other. You're a good couple. Thanks. Harry said. All right, I'd better get going. I have an essay due this afternoon. Jean nodded and left down the steps. Victor kissed Harry's temple and they walked down to the changing tents. He seems to be doing better. Harry sat down as Victor pulled off his practice uniform and pulled out his school one. The others say he's been quiet, but fine otherwise. I'm glad he's come through, but as long as he lives under his mother I can't say that things will get better for him. What is his mum like? Victor pulled off his shirt. I've only met her a few times, but she's worse than him. She's also highly opinionated on pure blood supremacy. Her husband died a few years back and I know he and Jean were close. He was a good man, and after he died she practically smothered Jean in pure blood mannerisms. My father is somewhat similar, but he's not as narrow-minded. If she's narrow-minded then why would she try setting him up with you? Victor snorted. She knows Jean is gay, so her wish of him marrying a nice woman is out. If anything she would have him marry a pure blood, male or female, but I think it's more on her turning him into a broodmare for grandchildren. Harry's eyes widened. She couldn't have more of her own? I don't know, but Jean wants a career before settling down. His uncle from what I know is like a second further to him, but they aren't able to see each other often. Enough about that though, I have to ask you something. Victor was fully dressed and kneeled down in front of Harry. Yes. Can you meet me in the prefect bathroom tonight? Harry's eyes widened slightly. I need to take the egg. The second task isn't too far away and I think I know how to hear the clue. How? Victor had been working on the clue for weeks now, and so far he hadn't found much. The second task was tomorrow. He thought he'd figured it out by now. An idea, and if this doesn't work we're sunk. All right. He wasn't sure if it was a good idea, but he would help Victor to solve this. Great, meet me in there at 9. By then everyone should be in their suites or bed, just make sure you bring your trunks. So where are we going now? Well, you have a class, don't you? I have to meet with the headmaster. What for? Victor shrugged. I'm not entirely sure, he just said to meet him before potions. One quick peck on the cheek and the boys went in separate directions. Meanwhile, not much to go on. Charlotte was walking along the shores of the Black Lake just watching the still waters as the sun began to set. She'd been outside most of the day, and she knew what the next task would hold, but that wouldn't stop her from keeping watch. It was going to be difficult, but she knew each champion would figure out the clue from those eggs. Charlotte had been keeping watch all around her, but she tried not to look too close because she knew sometime before the tournament ended Voldemort would return. Would she let him? No, she had a plan and all she had to do was wait. That monster had been the reason her and Harry's parents were dead, and she wasn't about to let him return. It was also because of him she ended up with Molly, and that wasn't the happiest times of her life. You can try and kiss up all you want. Nothing can change what you said to me. Thinking back to the last time she and Molly spoke, nothing could repair the wound in her heart, one that hadn't closed up in years. Lottie. Charlotte turned around to see her cousin Bill walking her way. Bill, shouldn't you be at work? I have the next few days off. I've been putting in some overtime, so I decided to come see the second task. It was coming soon, and the clock was ticking. I've wanted to talk with you, to catch up if you like. You know I've missed you. Bill, you know you were always my favorite. They were once like brother and sister, until she left, that is. I see you've done well for yourself, you earned your job and all. Of course, Uncle Ignatius taught me the value of hard work rather than taking what I don't deserve. You've done well too, you've moved up quite a bit. Bill smiled. Yeah, well, it's not easy like some would think being a curse breaker, let alone working with goblins. Charlotte smirked. Clever little demons, aren't they? The two shared a laugh. How's Harry? He's doing well, much better than he was with those moles. Her eyes darkened at the thought of them. Speaking of which, are you gonna take that memory block off them anytime soon? Charlotte smirked. It's been off for a while now, dear cousin. Once the truth was told, the spell broke. Either way, they're getting what they deserve, and I can't think of a better way. That wasn't illegal, at least. Lottie. I know you probably don't want to talk about Mum, but you need to know something. Know what? She turned to look at the lake again. She was pretty upset after you left. She cried for days. Charlotte rolled her eyes. I know it's hard to believe after the way she treated you, but she wants to make amends. Bill, you don't know how many times I've been told forgiveness is the key to a better future, but after what she did, what she said, it's not possible. It is if you let it. I'm not saying you should forgive her right away because I know it's not easy. People have forgiven for worse, but you can't keep holding on to it. I have for this long. And do you feel good about it? She glared slightly. No, look Bill, I'm not going to hate her forever, but Harry's needs are more important right now. She sighed. If he wants her in his life again, then that's his decision. I can be civil in the least, but I couldn't expect a warm greeting. That's a start, cousin, but you know the twins want to know you more, and Charlie and I have missed you. Mum feels very guilty, and Dad does too, but they won't push you to reconcile. They know a lot is going on, especially with the tournament, but okay, you have all rights to be angry, and obviously you won't listen, so why don't I change the subject? That's actually a good idea. Charlotte gave a light smirk. That was bloody brilliant what you did to Ron and Ginny, and that Hermione girl. Oh William, you have no idea. She started remembering her first year in Buxbattens. There was this time I turned a girl's hair stark white, all because she wouldn't shut up about how much lovelier her hair was than everyone else's. It turned back after a while, but she learned to shut up after a while. I even made a girl's skin burst out in boils because she put pumpkin spice and seaweed extract in my shampoo. Bill was a bit confused. And? It mixed horribly with the scent, made my hair smell like a rotten garden for 2 days before I finally got the stench out. She never picked on me again. One tiny laugh escaped her lips. What year was that? Year 3, she was jealous that I was a better student than her, and so she resorted to insults and pranks, but she couldn't beat me. Was she in your year? She was older, trying to graduate top student, and she would have if she left me alone and focused on her schooling. She came in second to someone else. Charlotte laughed. Still blames me, but last I heard she moved to Venice and married an Italian wand maker. Good marriage too. Sounds like she moved on. Charlotte nodded. She has. No one else tried to outdo me, and frankly I couldn't care if they did or not. I heard you did well too, head boy and prefect in your years. Yeah, and Charlie became Quidditch captain in his 3rd year, but he declined prefect. Percy's a prefect though, graduating with O's in all subjects. The twins. Mischievous as they are, make good grades, and they want to open their own joke shop. Really? Now she was intrigued. Yeah, Mum thinks it's a silly idea, but I think they could do well. They just need the finances and a business license, and they're saving up, but they're talking about working under Zonkos. That's the twins all right. Do you remember the time we made their jumpers into frilly pink clothes? Bill laughed. You were the one who thought it'd be cute, and I took the picture. Easy blackmail material, you can clearly tell they're boys. The two shared a laugh, both reminded of the times they had together growing up. Charlie's still here, isn't he? He is. He's staying until the tournament's done. He wants to see you and Harry. He can if he chooses to do so, but Bill. Don't ask me to get close to Molly again, please. It's not important. Bill frowned a bit. Okay, I won't, but the choice is yours. They stood up and shared a quick hug, a hug that Charlotte had missed for quite some time. They walked back to the school and decided to meet up with Charlie, but as the rest of the night went by, Charlotte only looked on as everyone readied for tomorrow's events. Later that evening. "Okay, Emerald, I have to go now, but stay here for me." Mew. Emerald yawned and curled herself up on Harry's pillow as he gathered some spare clothes and a towel. He was going to meet with Victor as they agreed, though he was rather nervous right now. Legally speaking, they couldn't do anything until Harry was 15, and he'd seen Victor nude before but not alone. The very idea made his face get hot. Harry carefully snuck out of the suite so as not to draw attention. Thankfully he had a pass to enter the private bathroom this evening so prefects wouldn't punish him. Not that they could, but still he didn't feel like disturbing blackguard Ned tonight. Harry. He made it to the corridor and saw Victor waiting on him outside the door. He had a small bag with him. "Hey, you have the egg?" "Yeah, come on, let's do this." They walked into the bathroom, and Victor started running the water. As it filled, soap poured from some nozzles, and the water heated up after a while. Victor shed his shirt and pants, but kept on a pair of trunks, as did Harry. Testing the water, it was nice and warm, and bubbly. Victor pulled the egg from his bag and carefully settled himself down in the water. Oh! Harry was almost stunned at how the water soothed his skin. "So how are we going to figure out the egg?" "To be honest, Harry, Diggory hinted I bring it here with me." Harry's eyes narrowed. "Diggory? Why?" "He didn't say, just hinted, and he told Delacour too." "The task is tomorrow, we'd best get this over with." Victor set the egg underneath the water. "Take a good breath, on 3. "All right." Harry nodded and the egg opened. He saw it glow and heard a faint song, nothing like before when it shrieked. 3. They each took in a breath and went under. Right as they were under, they heard a song. "Come seek us where our voices sound. We cannot sing above the ground. And while you're searching, ponder this. We've taken what you'll sorely miss. An hour long you'll have to look. And to recover what we took. But past an hour, the prospect's black. Too late, it's gone, it won't come back." Both boys took one quick glance at each other, and then shot up to the surface as breath about left them. Harry coughed a little and cleaned up his glasses, and he moved a little closer to Victor as he stared at the now closed egg. That was rather odd. Victor put the egg on the edge. "Where our voices sound. Can't sing above the ground." Harry was a bit confused by the riddle, but when he glanced up at the moving stained-glass window he saw a mermaid fiddling with her hair. "Merpeople," he gasped. "Merpeople in the Black Lake." A voice made Harry about jump from his spot and into Victor's lap. He turned and saw in a stall moaning Myrtle, grinning and laughing at him. "Who are you?" Victor came up behind Harry and their bodies pressed against each other. "You may call me Myrtle, handsome." Myrtle winked at Victor. "Hello Harry, you're looking well." She floated up and into the tub. Hello Myrtle." He thanked Merlin he had on shorts. "I didn't think I'd ever find you here, Harry, but at least when I do you help your boy toy with his clue." Diggory took ages to figure it out. "So it's Merpeople. The next task is in the lake, but what does the rest mean?" Harry looked at Victor, and the Bulgarian gasped. "An hour long, that's how long the task will be. What we sorely miss. They're going to take something from me, something I love or care for." Victor touched Harry's shoulder. "Victor, don't worry so much. Boys." Myrtle spoke again, but she was looking behind them. "Myrtle?" Harry turned round and spotted to his surprise Professor McGonagall looking down at them. "Sorry boys," she said and pointed her wand, and the next thing Harry knew all went black.
Well, I do hope you enjoyed the videos so far and video game content. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment down below. And I noticed 40% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. If you can, please subscribe to the channel. It'll help me and help the channel grow. Until next time, goodbye!